going on, guys? Real CS here, non-live commentary, probably some shit gameplay in the back. Hope you guys enjoy, because we don't give a fuck about the gameplay right now. We just be talking about the Xbox Live conference, and honestly, wow, what a surprise. This is awesome. I got my man tuscaniman here, and I don't know, he's gonna hook you up with I don't know, his thoughts on it. I'm gonna say some thoughts on it, and we're gonna try to be as nice as possible, because I don't know, if you know this channel, I'm pretty much a PS guy. I like my Sony products and stuff, but to be honest, like, I'm just looking for something that works for video games and stuff. I'm not looking at it to you know, be a smart console and stuff like that. Like, yes, I want all the technology, the new technology of the new consoles and stuff, the new gaming era, but at the same time, as I could give a fuck whether or not we've got Skype on it, because we got Skype on like 5 different computers in my house. I got Skype on my TV. I could really give a crap. You know what I mean? And what's your opinion?
So yeah, like, as we're watching the show, you know, 35 minutes into it, they're not really talking about, you know, the gaming aspect of it. They're mainly talking about the TV part of it and how it's going to electrify your, you know, entertainment enhancement. Like basically they're just saying that it's going to be meant for TV, like some TV shows, and like they mentioned like NFL Sunday Ticket. I don't need that. If I want that, I can do that on my TV right now, or a PC. What was it? The 35 minutes into it, they mentioned the first game. Like, yeah, wasn't much of a, you know, demo at all for showing anything. They
definitely didn't show you the detail in what the console can actually bring to the table, and that's the whole problem. Is the fact that they showed you a little bit. It was more or less teaser trailers where it was all, you know, like, it wasn't gameplay. Most of them were teaser trailers where it's just cinematics and stuff. And that's not what you want to see. Like, you know, in the PS1, they showed you an old man. And the reason why they showed you an old man with long hair and stuff like that is because it brings out a lot of the features, the wrinkles and stuff like that. You know, the deterioration of the person. Whereas in this one, they brought out a guy, they showed the guy from Call of Duty, and to be honest, guys, like, I honestly gave Call of Duty the new generation. I've been talking to my boys about the new generation. It's going to be on a new system, a new engine, whatever. So let's give it the benefit of the doubt and hope that they evolved. And they said that they evolved, and they said that it's all about the gameplay and stuff like that. When, dude, if you looked at it, they were looking down the sights. There was no recoil. When the, you know, it more of cinematics, like when things are exploding and stuff like that, like, you still have those big pieces of triangular glass and shit. Like, come the fuck on. Like, yes, obviously it looked better. It has to look better. It's on a new fucking console. It's like looking at a shitty movie on a brand new TV. Of course it looks better because the TV's bringing it out. But as for like going in a new direction and stuff, yeah, like there's certain things that I definitely saw in the Call of Duty thing that were definitely improvements, not the dog. The dog looks like a whale. Like, don't tell me that the dog looks fucking real, because it doesn't. But it's just, it still looks like that arcadey shit. You know what I mean? And if you're supposed to be meshing the arcade gameplay into the real life gameplay and trying to put that all into one, so that way you can totally submerge yourself into a game, I think they missed that memo again. Anyway.
Yeah, a prime example of that is like Watch Dogs. You've all seen it. You've all seen gameplay of it. Just, you know, the way he moves in it is just, it's flawless. Like, you know, when he's entering one area to the other area, when things are happening on the screen, everything is smooth. When we saw Call of Duty, yes, it was smooth, but that was exactly what CS said. It was just all like theatrical stuff. It wasn't really something new, and it doesn't look like it's a new engine. It just feels like it's cartoonish. Exactly what I said to him when we were watching it. It just felt like it was just cartoonish, basically.
Better graphics, same gameplay.
Yeah, just on a new console.
Even the red dot. The red dot was exactly the same.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
They still have that stupid sight. Oh, it bothers me so much. Anyways, like, the thing is that with this whole new console thing, you know, it's gonna get a lot better. And yes, they want you to get into the game. So they should just try to actually get you know, into the game. You know, this whole TV thing is just, I just don't understand it. Like, you know, if I'm gonna
even that stuff in Call of Duty where they said that the atmospheres and the multiplayer and stuff like that are going to become interactive. Like, I want to see this shit.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, I definitely want to see that. It's a good dynamic to bring to the game. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm saying is, like, at this conference there was good and bad to, like, certain things that are going on in the conference, but overall it's like Xbox One, we want to start fresh, we want to start new, and it's like it kind of has the same feeling as what the PS3 had, just a couple of extra things. And it's like, I remember before, like, it felt like Xbox was a little behind, you know what I mean? And now it feels like they're a little bit behind again with the gaming aspect, and that's why they want to focus more on the TV and the entertainment aspect. Yeah. So that way, if they don't get you with the gaming, they'll get you with all the other interactions that they have.
Yeah, like this feature cloud.
That's not a good thing.
Sorry, I'd like to cut you off.
Go for it.
This feature cloud, like, you know, this whole thing runs on cloud. Now, we all know, we all use PCs. It's nothing new. Cloud is, you know, nothing new. It's been there for a while. I just don't see why that has to be on a gaming console. I get it, it's Microsoft, I understand. But, you know, I don't need to play a game and, you know, surf at the same time. That's not a full, you know, gaming experience for me. Like, I don't want to be gaming and, you know, watching a Star Trek trailer.
Well, that's the whole thing about a console is if you want to be a PC guy, then you have all those options. If you're more fit to be a console guy, you don't want all those options. You want something to be, you know, like a click and go. You don't want all these different presets. You want all those presets already done for you. You know what I mean? And that's where we're talking about dedication to gaming, you know what I mean? And Xbox seems like they want to make it more of a PC/gaming console. And it's like, some people don't want that. We know guys that cannot and will not be able to play on this console properly. You know what I mean? Either console, because they're getting so technical. And some people are just not as advanced in the mind. And that's what we're talking about too, is playability for people who are less into technology. And what happens to those people? Are they going to be calling us every fucking day like, oh, I can't get this to work, I think somebody hacked my system? It's probably nothing, but at the same time, do you want to phone your providers every single time? You know what I mean? Like, this is going to get pretty technical. I wonder how these interfaces are going to work.
Is it going to be user friendly? Like,
exactly.
That has to be, you know, one of the main things.
Huge. A
lot of technology, and are these people willing to, you know, do a little bit, you know, homework and kind of get to know the system?
Which most kids are not.
No.
Most people are not willing to get to know systems. They just want the easiest way to deal with something and then go with it, and that's it. And that's not going to be a good thing. But I'm curious to see what happens at E3. I'm curious to see what more things they bring to the table, as maybe they might have this as like the entertainment segment, because I know that with the PS conference it was more of like the sharing and the interface and stuff like that. But they tried to touch on quite a few things, and they also said, and they kept saying it, they kept repeating themselves, that it's the center of their console is gaming.
Right.
And everything else is around that. Whereas with Xbox, it seemed like it might have been the other one. And I think it's because they don't think that their console is going to be as powerful as the competitor. So
Yeah, and exactly what CS said. You know, E3 is just around the corner. It's like June 9th starts, I believe, and Sony's holding their conference on the 10th. I think it's going to be aired 6 p.m. or something like that on the 10th of June. So, which, you know, sort of brings us to the next sort of thing where right after the conference, we looked up, we went on Battlefield 4 website, and we saw that you can pre-order it for Xbox One and PS4. So that's exciting.
So they were just waiting.
Yeah.
They were pretty much waiting to refresh that page. So now we can go back and get our new stuff. So obviously, if you went out and get the dog tag for the DLC for Battlefield, then you're going to have to redo that and get it to whichever console that you're going to get. And that's pretty much why we watched the Xbox thing in the first place, is because we're not fanboys of anything. We're fanboys of what's good, what's quality. That's the point, is quality, comfortability, immersion, all that shit. And that's why we're not really fans of Call of Duty, is because there's no real quality to it. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're not really fans of Xbox, is because there's certain things that Xbox doesn't provide for us. I had an Xbox 360, and trust me, all it did was collect dust.
It did.
We actually looked at it and laughed at it a whole bunch of times when we used to walk into the room, because what the fuck are we going to use? Like, what the fuck are we going to play? Like Left 4 Dead and shit like that? How many fucking times can you go through the single player? Yeah. Like, before it gets annoying, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was an awesome game, and yeah, they've got some good exclusive, and it's a shame that I'm going to miss some of these exclusives, but even that exclusive that they were showing with the with Quantum something, it was called Quantum something anyway. It reminded me of Quantum Leap, the old 80s show, you know, where the guy constantly went through like different realities of, like, you know, seeing the future or going into the past and changing the future and stuff. And the weirdest thing about that trailer that I found was that huge ship went into the overpass, into the bridge, and you know how secure bridges are. Most of the time when that stuff happens, it either A, gets stuck, or B, the stack, the chimney will, you know, kind of smash over or whatever, or like where the captain's chair is sitting and it's going to hit the bridge. I try to picture this, and then it's just going to kind of stop there or get crushed. But instead, it literally cut through that bridge like butter. You know what I mean? Like pushing a pencil through butter. So, what the fuck? What the fuck are you thinking? What kind of shit realism is that? Yeah. Like, I understand, like, yeah, you guys were looking at it more of like a, you know, the new graphics and stuff and everything exploding and the cars flying everywhere and the metal twisting. And yeah, all that shit looked good. The only problem is the physics behind it were a little fucking questionable. That's all I gotta say about that one. And I'm not trying to bash the game. The game looked kind of weirdly interesting. I'm curious to see more teasers for it. But just think about that for a second. What the fuck happens in that situation? I'd like to hear your comments on that one.
Yeah, and you know, each system has their own exclusives. Xbox showed Forza, and you know, PS4 showed Drive Club. Now, the two differences in that game, from what I saw, was really not actually a lot of differences. Forza seems like it's Forza, but again, it just goes back to the whole Kinect, the Kinect situation, where if I'm just driving, you know, aimlessly in the air with nothing in my hand, I'm not really going to get into that game. If you know, like,
even if you have a steering wheel in your hand, like you have no center column to keep yourself balanced and stuff like that. Like, you could literally drive with it over your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't deal with that.
We've never played it, but we've heard from other people how Kinect, and with the last Forza 4 Kinect, was it just, even when you're rounding a corner, it just brakes for you. That's not real racing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I played all the shifts, and